Welcome. We're thrilled that you have decided to join us this evening. My name is Tina Mackey, and it's my privilege to represent NAMI Will-Grundy for our 2020 annual meeting. NAMI Will-Grundy is committed to support services for individuals diagnosed with a mental illness and their families or caregivers. 1 in 4 of us will struggle in any given year with symptoms of mental illness. What makes NAMI so special is that we use the power of lived experience to provide those services. Tonight, we will thank many of the folks that made our mission possible this year. Donations of money, the provision of supplies or meeting spaces, and even important legislation. We hope that you appreciate their support as much as we do. In particular, I'm humbled by the extraordinary work of the NAMI board members, our volunteers, and our participants in these difficult times. People have answered the call. The quick transition to online support, outreach services via Zoom by consumers and families, phone calls, emails, and quite frankly, using any and all communication options to give and receive support. I'm happy that you'll be meeting many of these very special people this evening. Finally, we want to educate you about NAMI Will-Grundy, our services, and the phrase that drives everything we do: you are not alone. We're here at On the Rocks on Essington Road in Joliet, Illinois. Joining me are the owners, Doug Werfel and Lori D'Onofrio. We're happy to be here today to say thank you for the opportunity that they've given us to raise some much needed funds. On Sundays, On the Rocks donates to a local non-for-profit $1 for every bucket of beer, Bloody Mary, and mimosa sale. And it really gives us a nice opportunity to create awareness for NAMI Will-Grundy and individuals diagnosed with a mental illness, as well as raise some of those much needed funds. So I'd like to make clear, though, that not just NAMI Will-Grundy benefits, but many non-for-profits throughout the community benefit all year long. So we'd really like to thank you on behalf of NAMI Will-Grundy, but the Joliet area as well. The funds we've been able to raise have been very helpful, and it's very kind of you to be so supportive.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. It's my pleasure. We know that NAMI in particular is probably the least funded, and so we'll do our part to help you guys out. And we certainly enjoy working with all the organizations in Joliet and the community. And we look forward to the future and working with you more in the future.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Health Department Director Darcy Jason has collaborated with Henry Tyler, Consumer Coordinator, to implement WRAP for the NAMI Will-Grundy community. WRAP, Wellness Recovery Action Plan, is an excellent program for individuals diagnosed with a mental illness to build their own toolbox anyone can use to get well and stay well. Darcy is eager to build our partnership, and we look forward to expanded program efforts co-sponsored by the Grundy County Health Department.
Every challenge now is an opportunity to learn, not just for myself, but to help somebody else. Because really, when I get to thinking, when I got me on my mind, I'm not happy. I'm not thinking about my achievements. I'm thinking about my failures and my fears. How in the world can I be full of joy when I got that going on, right? Fears and failures, and so if I'm spending too much time in my head, that means I need to go work with somebody. I go and ask them how they're doing. I don't tell them about how I'm doing because I already know I'm not doing good. But if I listen to them, I'll get me out of my head and I'll start to do better. And I was talking to a member last night. They was in crisis emotionally, and all they really needed was somebody to remind them. I said, look, this ain't that big a deal. You done been some of the places I've been, and you done been through worse. So this right here is a piece of cake. And when I explained it to them, it brought them back around, because what they needed at that time was to get grounded, because they had gotten their feelings. And when you're in your feelings, you're not going to be thinking clearly. And so she got grounded, and she was in a better place when she got off the phone with me than when she came on the phone. Because that's what we need sometimes, just somebody to help us to get grounded. Because, when we get upset, all these worst case scenarios be knocking on our doors like, hey, check me out, you know. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, what if that does happen, you know? Or when somebody says something to you, oh my God, what does that mean? You know, maybe we imagine the worst. And so, anyway, it's about learning how to think again, thinking better so I can be better. You know, as George Meyer talks about, the battlefield of the mind. And it's a battle with mental illnesses to not surrender. It depends on how long your illness has you in its grip. The journey back is going to be tedious, you know. And so I tell people that, you know, you didn't get this sick overnight, so you're not going to get that well overnight. You know, it's baby steps, but you need support as you work your way back to wellness. And you know, today I don't measure myself from where I think I should be, because I'd probably be in the pit of depression. If I thought about where I should be, I'd be better looking and rich. But you know, so, but you know, I measure myself from where I came to where I'm at today, and I have nothing but gratitude when I think about that, because you know, I've come a long way. I've been through a lot. We don't have enough days in here for me to tell you all the stuff I went through. So, you know, I try to give you enough of it so that you can get an idea and maybe give you hope for your loved ones.
Morris Hospital has hosted the NAMI Will-Grundy Family Support Program for several years. We are so proud to work with Hannah Worley, Morris Hospital, and the Morris Hospital Foundation to grow the programs at Morris Hospital to include the Connection Support Group. Morris Hospital Foundation has also been instrumental in assisting NAMI Will-Grundy with the expansion of services in Grundy County, including sponsorship of a family-to-family program at We Care in Morris. Again, we are grateful for Hannah Worley, Morris Hospital, and the Morris Hospital Foundation for their financial support and the use of a quality facility to offer consumer-friendly locations for services.
Hello, Dan Thorson is here. Dan is representing Flatland Saints, and Dan is also very active with NAMI Will-Grundy as a board member and active volunteer. We appreciate everything that you folks do. Maybe you could describe a little bit about Flatland Saints for us.
Flatland Saints is a social club, and we were started in 2017, and our mission, our cause is mental health suicide awareness within the Joliet area. And Nick Giacola is our president, has been active, and Andy Reyes, our vice president. And it's just truly a pleasure to work with NAMI Will-Grundy, and we're so excited that it's the local area.
Great.
And we're right here doing community work, so
Great.
It means a lot to us.
This year, you folks sponsored the 3rd annual Stigma-Free Ride. 90 participants, ever increasing numbers every year, 67 motorcycle riders. It was a very impressive day. Lots of awareness built about suicide prevention and the stigma-free concept associated with the diagnosis of mental illness, and then certainly benefit financially to NAMI Will-Grundy. So we're very appreciative of your hard work. The Flatland Saints do so many things and work so hard again to benefit NAMI Will-Grundy, and we're so thankful for your support.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate this. We appreciate working with the board and all the volunteers from NAMI Will-Grundy. And I just want to conclude in saying that we know that the Stigma-Free Ride Day was an absolute community experience of working together with the board, with On the Rocks, and no one of us could have done it alone. So,
Great, thanks, Dan.
thank you. Thank you.
In a time where it proved very difficult to find in-person meeting space, Judson Church has been extraordinary in the provision of meeting space that accommodates the 6 feet social distancing requirement and use of masks. Pastor Kevin Comfort and his staff and volunteers, including a special effort by Harry Spence, worked very hard to clean and sanitize the facility and rooms after each use, enabling NAMI Will-Grundy to provide a family-to-family class this fall. We look forward to future collaborations with these fine folks.
I'd like to introduce Nancy McCarran from Exelon. Exelon, and I also want to mention Liz Broderick can't be here today with us, right. But Liz Broderick was a very important part of the fundraising effort here. The employees of Exelon every year engage in a fundraising project for a local non-for-profit. This year, NAMI Will-Grundy benefited from their fundraising effort. We're very grateful. And Nancy, I'll let you explain how this works.
Every year, Exelon has a giving campaign where we pair up with United Way and our employees, and we have pledge cards that each individual has the opportunity to pledge to a different charity, any 501c of their choice. And as Exelon Braidwood, we also get to pick a charity, and this year we picked NAMI as our special charity to benefit from any of our fundraising that we did. This year we did a silent auction. It was our first time out as a silent auction for our fundraising, and we were well received by the employees, and that helped benefit our amount of money that we could give to NAMI for the fundraising.
Great,
so
great. Well, and we're super grateful. We are, some of our expenses every year involve, we provide services in the community, primarily peer support. And so when we have persons with lived experience, either a diagnosis of mental illness or a family member, that requires training. And so we send these folks to training, and that can be a little bit pricey. And so we've got those expenses every year. And then we try to make sure that for the consumers that participate in our program, that we have outreach programs. So we provide us some social opportunities, and sometimes that can be a challenge with transportation, and so we try to fund those kinds of activities each year. The money that we're getting this fall from Exelon was unexpected, and so both our training and our consumer programming will absolutely benefit in 2021, and hopefully we'll be back in person at some point in 2021.
Fingers crossed.
Right, so that'll help us really do a nice job with those services next year. So we're very, very grateful. It was lovely to meet you. Thank you for giving us some
you're
time
welcome.
today. And we'd like to present you with this plaque, a very small token of our appreciation.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
it's been an honor to be able to
Yeah, thank you so much,
have
Nancy.
you benefit from our fundraising.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
NAMI Family to Family is a free 8-session educational program for family, significant others, and friends of people with mental health conditions. It is a designated evidence-based program. This means that research shows that the program significantly improves the coping and problem-solving abilities of the people closest to a person with a mental health condition. NAMI Family to Family is taught by NAMI-trained family members who have been there, and includes presentations, discussions, and interactive exercises. NAMI Family to Family not only provides information and strategies for taking care of the person you love, but you'll also find out that you're not alone. Recovery is a journey, and there is hope. The group setting of NAMI Family to Family provides mutual support and a shared positive impact. Experience compassion and reinforcement from people who understand your situation. Sharing your own experience may help others in your class. Our Family to Family class, taught by Terry King, Pam Babcock, Ina Phelps, Cheryl Habib, and coordinated by Elisa Arp, graduated on Thursday, November 12th. Congratulations to all the graduates. Illinois State Representative Natalie Manley has served the 98th District since January 2013. Representative Manley was re-elected on November 3rd and is the Assistant Majority Leader in the Illinois House of Representatives. As Vice Chair of the Human Services Committee, Representative Manley has worked tirelessly to advocate for the most vulnerable populations in Illinois, including individuals diagnosed with a mental illness. Representative Manley has supported legislative measures to improve access to telehealth and mental health services, increased funding for Medicaid waivers, improved healthcare affordability, including parity for mental health services and addiction intervention. Representative Manley has established the Illinois State Board of Education Social Emotional Learning Task Force to identify the needs of school-age children and the benefits of early intervention when there are emerging signs and symptoms of mental illness. Representative Manley has been a good friend to NAMI Will-Grundy and a great advocate for individuals diagnosed with a mental illness and their families.
Hello, we're here with Senator Pat McGuire of the 43rd District. You've represented your constituents for nearly 9 years. Your tenure's up in January 2021. And so part of our program this evening, we wanted to say thank you, Senator McGuire. You've been a good friend to NAMI Will-Grundy. You've been a terrific advocate for individuals diagnosed with mental illness and their families. There's a couple of Senate bills I'd like to point out specifically. If I could, Senate Bill 1673, the Community Mental Health Act, provided funding, reimbursement funding, and Medicaid waivers for individuals diagnosed with mental illness to participate in community health programming and get services. You've also been a strong advocate for parity in services for individuals diagnosed with mental health. So we're very thankful of that. Senate Bill 1633, you were co-sponsor, the Children and Youth Mental Health Act, and particularly specialty care for individuals with demonstrating signs and symptoms of psychosis. So we are very grateful for all your hard work. How are you feeling now that you're leaving?
Well, first of all, thank you for those kind words, and I'm grateful to NAMI. I would not have been involved in those bills if not for NAMI. It's been Saturday mornings like this when I come to your meeting,
Sure.
in your space as Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and I would describe the atmosphere, the vibe at those meetings as serious kindness, because you always welcome me warmly, encourage me to get coffee, bagel, donut, whatever it is, have a seat. And then clearly the message to me is, now sit down, listen to our stories, and work with us, because we need to improve mental health access, affordability, and effectiveness. So honestly, Tina, without Will-Grundy's guidance, without members sharing their stories with me, I wouldn't have worked on those bills.
Okay, thank you. Well, we'd like to present you with this plaque.
Thank you.
And again, thank you so much for your service. We'd also like to extend an invitation for you to become a advocate member of the NAMI Will-Grundy board now that you'll have a little bit of time on your hands. We can talk more about that another time. But again, this evening, we'd like to thank you very much for your hard work and everything that you've done to benefit individuals diagnosed with mental illness.
A longtime friend to NAMI Will-Grundy, Bill Austin has sponsored a yogathon event for several years with contributions to benefit NAMI Will-Grundy. At the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's yogathon was regrettably canceled. In spite of this disappointing turn of events, Bill's hard work to organize and promote the 2020 Yogathon resulted in advanced t-shirt sales and the implementation of a substitute online event. NAMI Will-Grundy values the considerable contribution made by Bill Austin, and we look forward to collaborating with Bill in the future.
Several years ago, at one of our NAMI Will-Grundy board meetings, a woman walked into the meeting and said that she wanted to participate, that she was a person who had been diagnosed with a mental illness and had worked hard to find medication that helped her, worked her program, did lots of, all the right things to find stability, and really had put herself in a position where she was stable and really wanted to give back to others, having had some terrific help and terrific services for her. That woman's name was Sherry Graves. Sherry was a character. She was very aggressive in terms of advocating for herself and advocating for other individuals diagnosed with mental illness. At NAMI Will-Grundy, she found her niche. She really was able to participate in a manner that allowed her to give back and really allowed her to make clear the needs of a person diagnosed with a mental illness and their perspective and how they needed to be treated with respect, and really brought an awful lot to the NAMI Will-Grundy board. We are so appreciative to the perspective that she brought us, to her opinions, to her very hard work. For many years, Sherry lived right near Amita St. Joe's Hospital, and every Friday she would walk over to the behavioral health unit and conduct a sort of a exit interview opportunity for folks who were being discharged that day, every Friday, and provided information, education, provided peer support information, resources, and for lack of any other way to say it, generally just a really great pep talk about how a person could deal with mental illness and find the resources and get well and implement coping strategies, and not unlike herself, carve out a quality of life that she felt that she was lucky enough to have found. Unfortunately, recently, Sherry Graves did pass away, and we miss her terribly, and we miss her perspective. And this year we decided to have the first annual Sherry Graves Memorial Recognition. By unanimous decision, the person that we wanted to receive this first ever recognition was Pam Reed, who's with me tonight. Pam is very, very brave, and she wouldn't tell you this herself, but Pam is very brave in terms of being able to tell her story to consumers as a person to motivate individuals to seek help, to reach out for assistance when needed, to believe in themselves, and Pam is a person that really wants to see people succeed and find stability and find, again, that quality of life that everyone deserves. Additionally, Pam has been very generous with her time with our families, caretakers and loved ones who are trying so hard to support an individual diagnosed with mental illness. And there's so many challenges associated with that. Pam has been very generous with her time to help educate parents, give caretakers and loved ones a new perspective, and bring her stability to the situation. And again, very brave, very generous in sharing her story with us. So, I've talked way too long, but so finally, Pam, I'd like to present to you the very first Sherry Graves Memorial Recognition. And we thank you so much for all that you've contributed already to NAMI Will-Grundy.
Well, thank you very much, Tina. I'm just overwhelmed. I love doing what I do, and doing things for NAMI is I'm just so grateful to be able to do that. NAMI is such a big organization that is so good. And I love doing RAP. That's one of their programs that they're gonna be having more often, and working with the family members is really exciting, because they need to know that their family members can get better.
Right.
And I just appreciate this so much, and I'm just doing what I have to do, and that's giving back what I've been given.
Okay. And thank you so much again for all your hard work.
Thank you.
With regret, we had to cancel our beloved Yogathon event in May. Fortunately, Gloria Dollinger and Tracy Carr stepped up to help us create an online event, Be Active 2020, in lieu of the Yogathon event. Be Active 2020 was broadcast live on Facebook and had lots of viewers, many who participated virtually in the event. Thanks again to Gloria Dollinger, RD LDN Nutrition Supervisor at Inwood Athletic Club, Joliet Park District, and Tracy Carr, 200 RYT Group Fitness Instructor at Joliet Park District. When NAMI Will-Grundy decided to provide lunch for the frontline healthcare workers at Silver Oaks Behavioral Health and Amita Bolingbrook Behavioral Health Unit, thanking them for their service, the vote was unanimous. Let's call Babes Hot Dogs. Amy Riley was helpful and so friendly, and to our surprise, offered to co-sponsor the lunch program by reducing the prices of the food. The result? We were able to provide more lunches than our original budget outlined. Thank you to Amy and the folks at Babes Hot Dogs for the great food and the excellent support of healthcare workers on the front lines of the pandemic. Thank you to Amita St. Joseph's Medical Center in Joliet. NAMI Will-Grundy has collaborated with St. Joe's over 10 years, and this was the site of our first connection and family peer support groups. Peer support expanded to the family-to-family program when needed, and even a few training sessions. Further, NAMI Will-Grundy has provided transitional support to folks in the behavioral health unit. Thank you for your support to the Amita St. Joseph's Medical Center professionals. Amita Bolingbrook Hospital has in recent years helped us to offer connection and family peer support groups in Bolingbrook. Additionally, we have expanded our collaboration to include a family-to-family program effort. We look forward to returning to in-person services again at Amita Bolingbrook Hospital following the pandemic. For several years, our efforts to provide services in Grundy County centered around Morris Hospital. Then we met Eric Fisher. Eric is the hardworking director of We Care in Morris, serving the Grundy County community. Eric and NAMI Will-Grundy collaborated to provide a family-to-family program taking place at We Care and sponsored by the Morris Hospital Foundation. Not unlike many plans, the COVID-19 pandemic interrupted the plans for NAMI Will-Grundy program expansion at We Care, but we look forward to the future.
I'd like to introduce Brenda Large. Brenda is you're going to help me with your title.
Okay. I am the manager of corporate and community services
Okay.
at Joliet Junior College.
Okay. And manages the adult learning.
Adult learning, actually corporate and community services provides the non-credit training for
okay.
adults. We do for short-term career training, for business and industry trainings, and then I have the lifelong learning program.
Okay.
That is, I like to tell people it's the fun stuff, but it's also the serious stuff.
Sure.
It's personal enrichment type of program.
Okay. So if you live in the Joliet Junior College mailing area and you get the brochure that has the lifelong learning and that information, you will note in there, if you look, that there's a NAMI Will-Grundy program called You Are Not Alone. Lisa Arp, one of our board members, had a great idea years ago. Perhaps we could collaborate with Joliet Junior College and offer not the peer support programming, but a sort of an educational classroom type program that educates people about the services that we offer. We've had through the years, and not so much this last year, obviously, but through the years we've had lots of participation, and many of those individuals have gone on to seek services provided by NAMI Will-Grundy. What I particularly like is that the first Monday of the month, fall and winter, we provide You Are Not Alone, again, the educational class. We rotate between Romeoville, main campus, downtown, and Morris. So a pretty comprehensive scope in terms of the folks that we can reach out to and by collaborating with Joliet Junior College and your program, Brenda. So we want to say thank you for your help, and especially in 2020, we have not been able to do online since after February, but with your assistance, we have had people register for class, and we've done some online interventions and presentations. So again, thank you so much for all your help. We have this
Thank you very
lovely
much.
plaque, and we look forward to someday being in person again.
Absolutely.
And we're hopeful that by sometime next year we'll be back in the classroom.
Yes, and we greatly appreciated working with you. It's really a wonderful feeling being able to help with this outreach. And even though right now the classes are virtual and the webinars, I think is still a great tool for people, especially this time where it's kind of everybody's feeling their stresses.
Yes, yeah. Now we have people reaching out more than ever. So again, thank you so much, and we'll continue to work with you folks.
Well, thank you.
Let me introduce to you Sue Myers. Sue has been a NAMI member and on the board for many years now. Even going back maybe as far as 2010?
Yeah,
2011? Okay, all right. Participated in the family-to-family program. I was so grateful, not unlike most of the folks that participate in family, felt how valuable the effort was. wanted to give back. And so took the training, taught family to family several sessions through the years. Became, often when someone does a good job, you just keep giving them more things to do. So family to family, and then Sue became the treasurer, took over responsibilities for information line, opened the mail, checked the email, made sure we had water for programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So Sue has been a good friend and a very devoted NAMI Will-Grundy volunteer and board member through the years. And now that we're growing, we've had an opportunity to have some other folks get involved with some of those positions, and we're really proud to congratulate Sue as she has been promoted, so to speak, to the vice president, NAMI Will-Grundy board. So we wanted to make a special acknowledgement tonight of Sue and all her contributions through the years, and present you with this plaque, and extend heartfelt thanks for all the things that you've done for, not just for NAMI and the board, but for the consumers and participants in our program, and make special mention of that information line. That's really a devoted effort, and really provides one-on-one support for people who call in, who maybe sometimes are in crisis. So again, thank you, Sue, for everything that you've done through the years, and we look forward to a long extended career going forward as the vice president.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I have enjoyed every second. Well, not every second, but most of the seconds. Most of the times things have been rewarding because people do thank you for what we've done for them. And that someone did it for me, I passed it along to someone else. And I hope to continue to do that in the future. So thank you very much.
Thank you. A few other 2020 highlights. John and Linda Handel have been on the board of directors for NAMI Will-Grundy for a couple of years now as membership coordinators. They completely revamped the membership system, and we've got more members than ever before. We're really thrilled about that. John has also taken ownership of the treasurer's position in 2020. John's committed to keeping us fiscally responsible. We're glad of that. Linda will continue as the membership coordinator. John and Linda also serve as family-to-family instructors, so we're grateful for their help. Online training is certainly more convenient when you can participate in training it from home, but probably not our favorite method. In spite of the long hours in front of the computer, 3 of our member volunteers have joined the ranks of the family-to-family facilitator group. Cheryl Smith, Maggie Lyons, and Ina Phelps completed their family-to-family training in August 2020. Cheryl and Maggie have also worked very hard to educate the Bolingbrook community, particularly the churches, about the benefits of NAMI peer support and the family-to-family program. And again, now they are family-to-family instructors. So we're really grateful to have these 2 ladies as volunteers. Pam Babcock is on a mission to speak to every single police officer and fireman in Will and Grundy counties and educate them about the value of NAMI peer support. The folks that she has spoken to already have indicated that they're really happy to have the information. Pam's looking forward to returning to in-person presentations to educate frontline personnel about services available through NAMI Will-Grundy. We're thrilled that Luz Fuentes has helped NAMI Will-Grundy to implement a Spanish-speaking family-to-family class. Our first family-to-family class graduated last Thursday, so we're really happy to be able to implement that program. Luz is also going to be helping us at NAMI Will-Grundy to improve our services in other ways in the Spanish-speaking community. Thanks to Shar Spreitzer, who did a great job coordinating our marketing and promotions effort for several years. Shar resigned early this year to do some other things with family, in particular the wedding of her daughter. Shar resigned her position, And we're so fortunate to have Peggy Robinson take ownership of the marketing position and really further Char's efforts by expanding our social media presence. Peggy's upgraded our website, added donate opportunities. She has, early in the year, faced with the need to transition to the Zoom platform for support groups. Peggy really was instrumental in helping us create the website registration, help us implement the Zoom platform, really facilitated changes in many ways to accommodate all our needs. Peggy's also worked with Luz Fuentes to promote our Spanish language family program and help us create a social media presence in Spanish. So, and in many ways has helped facilitate some of the new program efforts that we've had to make in our response to the challenges of COVID-19. So thank you so much, Peggy, for all your hard work. Kevin LePasic continues to help us with computer and volunteer efforts. Susan Hudson represents NAMI Will-Grundy and reports on the activities of organizations in the area, particularly those who advocate for expanded activities and services for individuals diagnosed with mental illness. So thank you to all of our volunteers who have contributed to overcome the challenges of this past year, and again, to provide the much needed services to individuals diagnosed with mental illness and their families. So Cheryl has a quiet, unassuming demeanor. She's a very hard worker. She's one of the very kindest persons I've ever met. Cheryl has been secretary for our organization for a couple of years now, but especially this year, Cheryl has really devoted so much time and effort to create agendas, circulate minutes of meetings, thank you letters, stop at the office and check the mail, correspondence, and probably most importantly, with all of the activities that are going on with different members of the board, different programs that we offer in the community, Cheryl often calls people, gathers details, inquires if people need help, what's happening, is there anything I can do, and all, I think this is probably what I value most in Cheryl as a person and as a volunteer at NAMI, is her real interest in making certain that people succeed. Whether you're an individual diagnosed with a mental illness participating in connections, or you're a family-to-family participant, if you're a board member, if you're a volunteer, if you're a guy that sweeps the hallway, Cheryl treats everyone with respect and kindness and just wants to make absolutely certain that they have every chance at success. And she works really very, very hard to make that happen for people. Anything that she can offer to help folks accomplish that, without hesitation and without bravado and without acclaim, she's sort of behind the scenes often, making certain that happens. This year, Cheryl took over our monthly e-newsletter. And now it's actually a monthly e-newsletter. That has been a challenge through the years. The newsletter is accurate and aesthetically pleasing and clever and, again, timely, and so we're super, super grateful for that effort. Cheryl has gotten some training and facilitates, as you know, the family-to-family classes. And has been helpful on our online provision of the family support and connection groups. Cheryl plays a really important role coordinating that effort, coordinating the effort with the marketing person to make sure all the information's on our website and make sure everyone has the information that they need so that, again, people can be successful and we provide quality services in the community. So we're super, super grateful for that. I taught family with Cheryl in this past January. I would come flying in at the last minute from work. and Cheryl had the video set and everything set up and the snacks and would call me that day and say, okay, don't, very nicely, not listen, I just want to make sure you walk in knowing what you're talking about for a change. No, she would call and say, so today's lesson plan is, do you need anything? I mean, just very kind and very helpful. And so we're super lucky to have her involved in NAMI Will-Grundy. One last thing, we do a couple of fundraisers. One of our important fundraisers for us is at a tavern on the rocks. It's usually an indoor event, but again, because of COVID, we have had to transition an indoor event to an outdoor event, which means tents, tables, chairs, materials, snacks, publications. We all kind of showed up at On the Rocks, and Cheryl and her family, who's here tonight, thank you, pulled up with their vans, unloaded the tents and the tables and the chairs, and all of a sudden we had this wonderful outdoor venue for our fundraising effort. So again, Cheryl, we're so grateful for everything that you do, and we're super pleased to be able to offer this award for you tonight, and congratulations. I don't want to put you on the spot because it was a super big surprise, but if you had a couple things to say. Well, and the engraving will follow.
Very pretty. You guys are so sneaky. Thank you so much. But it's definitely easy to work at NAMI Will-Grundy and volunteer. We have such a great team, and the people that we work with are just so amazing. So I'm inspired and motivated to keep going by all of them. So it really is a group effort. So thank you, everybody.
Great. Thank you. Plans for 2021. Of course, we're very hopeful that we'll be meeting in person at some point in 2021. Hopefully, perhaps maybe even in the spring for peer support groups, family to family, the other programs that we offer. We'd like to see the expansion of our connection support groups, this expansion of RAP, Wellness Recovery Action Plan programming, and some new opportunities that we're looking forward to. NAMI, the Ending the Silence for Students program. This program is designed for middle and high school students that include warning signs, facts, statistics, and direction on how to get help for a young person, for themselves or a friend. Research has shown us that NAMI, Ending the Silence for Students, is effective in changing middle and high school students' knowledge and attitudes toward mental health conditions and towards seeking help. We've been honored to sit in on a few of these programs, and it's an excellent program for middle and high school age students. So we're looking forward to that, implementing that program next year. And then the Living Room Project. The Living Room is a peer-led alternative to the traditional emergency room for those people who are struggling with a mental illness crisis. The Living Room is a comfortable, non-clinical setting that provides a guest a safe and calming atmosphere where he or she can talk with a trained recovery support specialist or a peer counselor. So two nice projects that we're looking forward to implementing those services next year.
Let us pray. God of all life, we celebrate your goodness among us through the work of NAMI Will-Grundy. Continue to mold us into a family of care and compassion for those experiencing difficulties with mental health. Help us to see your presence in each person we encounter. In this year of COVID-19, We join in mourning the loss of over 240,000 Americans who have died as victims of this virus. Let us pause in silent prayer to mourn with those who have died. Bring comfort to their families and friends. Guide government leaders, scientists, and all healthcare professionals to new methods and treatments. May we unite as a country to actively work to stop the spread of this virus. In the midst of challenging times, we pause to give thanks for the gift of life and the many blessings that you have brought to us. It is with your strength and guidance that we will march forward together to brighter days ahead. Bless all the donors and supporters of NAMI for their generosity. Bless the board members for their ongoing guidance. Bless the many volunteers who generously give of their time and hearts. Bless all people who reach out for assistance, seeking to address their mental health. We celebrate your goodness among us this day. Amen.